Hello everyone, this is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and today I'm excited to bring you a new sponsor to the channel by the name of JiaroPack. They specialize in poly mailers and bubble mailers, and I think, guys, you're really going to like this product, to be honest with you, but I'll get to that here in a second. Again, they specialize in bubble mailers and poly mailers. Many of you guys out there are smaller sellers or larger sellers that sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Depop, Grail, all kinds of different sites, right? Maybe even some Amazon FBM, that's fulfilled by merchant. And you need supplies. And I think the alternative to using heavy boxes, and guys, I got to tell you, boxes are expensive. We're talking, $1.50 a piece, depending on the size that you're using. When you're talking about your expenses and shipping, the cost of boxes, tape, all these different supplies, it really can add up if you're selling multiple items. And also, the boxes are heavy. They can actually cause you to go over a pound, and that can also cost you more money when it comes to the actual shipping label cost. And I think that's something that you need to keep in mind. So we like to use poly mailers, and here's a poly mailer from JiaroPack, and I just love the quality of these guys. Has a self-adhesive tab. You don't have to worry about using any tape when you're shipping with these poly mailers. Now, you could do like we like to do, use bubble wrap on the item and then place it in the bag. I've never had a complaint about someone receiving an item in bad condition when I use that method. Or you can take, your CDs, your DVDs, maybe you have a box DVD set, and they have some really nice bubble mailers, again, with the self-adhesive strip on the top. You don't need tape for this, guys. And, if you're buying a pack of 100 of these for like $10, it's sometimes the smaller sizes are even cheaper than that. You're looking at like 10 cents per poly mailer, okay? Boxes are going to be a lot more than that. And if you're selling small items, this is my tip, guys, to you. If you're selling small items, it's a very good idea to get in the business of using poly mailers, okay? And, you see me with different colors. It's just not a aesthetic thing. There's a reason why, if you're utilizing different poly mailers, you should be looking at different colors. JiaroPack, they have so many different sizes and so many different colors that if you're shipping smaller items, let's say on eBay, you're basically going to need more than one size if you're trying to get away from using those heavy boxes and expensive boxes. So JiaroPack, they have bubble mailers that range anywhere from 4x8, 6x10, 7.25 by 12, 8.5 by 12, 9.5 by 14.5, 10.5 by 16. That's your bubble mailers, guys, and they have a nice thick bubble inside of the mailer. And generally, we haven't utilized a lot of the bubble mailers in the past, and I wish I would have, because these bubble mailers are outstanding. And I didn't even realize, and maybe it's because I didn't shop for these things in the past, that the bubble mailers, the larger ones, are really useful. In the past, we were, of course, using bubble wrap inside of our poly mailers, and I guess it's more cost effective to just simply use the bubble mailers. Of course, your poly mailers, anywhere from 6x9, those are great for like your DVDs and things like that. 7.5 by 10.5, 9 by 12, 10 by 13, 12 by 15.5, and 14.5 by 19. Those are all the different sizes, and there's about 10 different colors. And the reason why it's important to have different colors, because when I'm shipping, I got to know which one is my 6x9, which one is my 13 by 10. So I'm grabbing the different ones by color. So I memorize which ones are the right size by the color themselves. And I don't know, what do you call this color? I think it's called like a salmon color, right? Some people would say peach.
It's peach coral.
Okay, peach coral. Don't call it pink. But
actually, no, I take it back. It's peach pink.
Peach pink. Don't call it pink. It's more salmon. That's what salmon is.
It is salmon.
So this is a salmon poly mailer, and a lot of times you'll get these poly mailers that'll be like gray. This is more tan, and the quality is just there. I mean, you got to really pull for it to even stress. Sort of like when you use tape, right? We all know that when you're shipping, that thinner tape is just harder to use. It likes to stick to itself. Well, the same concept goes with bubble mailers. This is a thicker material. Now, I don't know the millimeter of this material, but I can tell you it is above average because I bought some of this stuff on Amazon, and I can tell you that some of these mailers aren't up to this quality. This is very good quality. I've checked out the website, JiaroPack.com. You can check the link down below. Of course, that's an affiliate link. Full disclosure, they do give me a small kickback every time you buy something using that link and use the code FLIPPIN10 to get your 10% discount off your supplies. And they offer free shipping, guys. That's important because you don't have to have a Prime membership to get free shipping to get your supplies. Free shipping is included no matter how big the order is, and I think that is pretty good too. They also sell in wholesale, and if you want to buy in large quantity, I mean, certainly if you're selling in large numbers, it's a good idea to just get your supplies out in front of you, and they're going to be able to help you with that. So JiaroPack is just one of those brands that I was skeptical of, guys, but I'm telling you here, flipping ain't easy. I wouldn't put my name on something if I didn't feel confident about the quality. You're selling small items on eBay, whether it's CDs, books, jewelry, health care, like health and beauty, various things, small electronics. That's something that I've used these poly mailers in the past for, and it works. I mean, really, if you can run an operation on eBay selling small items and never have to touch a box. That's the beautiful thing about using poly mailers. And, I didn't know a whole lot about bubble mailers. I'll tell you, I've really never used bubble mailers in the past. But, had I known about the different sizes, and I'm sure you can get different sizes anywhere, I was just oblivious to the bubble mailers, to be honest with you. Anytime I had a DVD or CD, I'd bubble wrap it and put it in a poly bag. But you can save the need for bubble wrap by simply having these bubble mailers on hand, and they do a really good job. These are really good thick bubble that's attached to these mailers. So if you're selling on Poshmark, I know that Poshmark encourages you to have pretty cool designs to make it look special for your buyer, and they have a lot of cool different colors. And this is just one example of the different colors that and styles that they have. If you're selling on Poshmark, or you just want to make your packages look a little bit better than using a plain poly mailer. And another thing, you clothing sellers out there, this is going to save you quite a bit, because see, for instance, if you're dealing with a clothing item that's under a pound, well, the supplies that the USPS, United States Postal Service, provides you is for priority mail use, and you have to have your items over a pound to make use of those. And of course, you can put smaller and lighter items in those packages, or they're bubble mailers, right? But guess what? You're going to be charged $8.30 or whatever the going rate is for that item. And a poly mailer will allow you to keep that 13-ounce item under a pound, and you can save money just on the shipping label alone. So not only are you saving money from those heavy boxes that'll put you over a pound, by using poly mailers, you're going to save money overall with your shipping label costs. And that's huge, guys, because part of the way we win in this business is how we save money. And I talk about a lot on this channel about saving money through your sourcing. The lower cost that you pay for your goods that you resell, the better chance you're going to have to be successful. But the same thing could be said about your expenses. If you're charging a buyer, let's say, a flat rate of $9.99 to ship an item, and you're used to paying $8.30 because you're putting your items into a priority mail bubble mailer, well, that's fine. You're making money there. But what if that same item would be like $6 with a first class rate? I think for a lot of people out there, saving is just as important as a lot of the other factors in reselling. And this gives you another alternative, the idea of using poly mailers and bubble mailers versus the idea of using big, heavy boxes. And, the quality here is very important. And what I told the folks at JiaroPack was, I have to see the type of mailers that you guys have to offer, because if it's just basic stuff that I've been using, if it's nothing special, then I really can't come in front of you guys on camera and tell you how good of a product this is, because that's the last thing that I want to do. I would never come to you guys and tell you that how excited I am about a product and you get it and it's just a dud. That would suck. I would suck for you, and it would make me look bad. So that was the first thing. So they did send me some sample packs of different size poly mailers, and we took about a week to use these before we even decided to make this video. And Jenna signed off on these. She really likes them. In fact, I think she's going to want to start using more poly mailers for more of our items, especially these bubble mailers. And that's fine. You know, it's all about saving money anyway. And I've gotten myself into this zone about using boxes, and I really need to reevaluate that, because like I said, they add weight and they're just more expensive. And of course, you guys know I sell a lot of heavy stuff. That'll still be in boxes. But the idea of using poly mailers for your basic everyday things that are under a couple pounds is the way to go, guys. And that would be my number one tip to you as it pertains to being successful in this game of reselling. Keep your costs low, and that includes your supplies. So now that I've given you that information as far as how to utilize poly mailers, bubble mailers to save money with your shipping, go in and check out this site for yourself. Use the link down below. It's in the description. Use Flippin' 10 if you decide to buy some supplies. Buy as much as you want. You get 10% off your first order. I really think you're going to be happy with the quality of the bubble mailers and the poly mailers, and to the point where, you know, in the past I've had to use tape to reinforce the tabs on these things, and these are really strong. And as you see here in the video, there's just many uses as Jenna's quickly flying through using these different size poly mailers, and just give you a different example, or many different examples, of how versatile these poly mailers and bubble mailers can be. And they're fast. That's the key. If you've got a lot of items that you're shipping, you know, taping each box end over end, as compared to just stuffing your poly mailer, stuffing the bubble mailer, and, you know, taking the tape tab off and just sticking the tab over the adhesive. It works. It's fast. Especially a lot of you newer sellers out there, I think sometimes you just don't know. And coming from someone who sells a lot on eBay, a lot on Mercari, you don't want to be spending a lot of time shipping. So the idea that you're just getting through fast through that chore, just getting your stuff packaged in a professional manner, but done so in a very protective manner. Now, knowing that USPS is going to be introducing packages up to 70 pounds with their first class service, which is going to be rebranded, but nonetheless, you're going to have lighter items up against those heavier items. And it's a good idea when you're buying these poly mailers that you have strong material that you're working with, so that the item itself arrives in good order to your customer. Of course, utilize extra bubble wrap if you need to. I mean, we still do, but I have never had, no matter what, using poly mailers, I have never had a problem with someone saying that the item arrived broken. And that has a lot to do with the fact that we do use a lot of bubble wrap in conjunction. But I'm telling you guys, it's the way to go, and it's just the way to keep your packages lighter than using boxes. So in closing, guys, I just want to thank JiaroPack for reaching out to me, giving me this opportunity to represent their brand, telling you about their quality poly mailers, their quality bubble mailers, various colors and various sizes. And from one reseller to another, I think that you cannot go wrong based on the prices I've seen and just the different colors and the designs that they offer. So poly mailers, bubble mailers, these are tools that we need to be successful, and we can't be spending a lot of money on our supplies, guys. It goes against what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to be profitable, run profitable online businesses, and if you're not considering what you're paying for your supplies, your shipping supplies, how much you're overpaying for boxes, how much you're overpaying for labels because you're using boxes and those boxes are making your items heavier rather than utilizing poly mailers, well, I think you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And I think it's probably a good idea to maybe reevaluate whether you buy from JiaroPack or not, which I recommend. It's a good idea to start looking at using poly mailers. You're going to notice in the long run, you're going to be spending less on your supplies. Buying supplies, figuring out what supplies are best for your business. This is yet another example of how in this business, flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to go check out JiaroPack and have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone.